Banded chop, really unique exercise, a little bit like a hip to shelf that you may have done with a dumbbell in class before, but also very different in terms of our arms are gonna stay straight, and of course we have one of these bands on here as well. Great exercise because it's gonna add a rotational element, which we don't necessarily hit on the rower, and really gonna challenge that core to stabilize as you work through that rotation. Super great exercise. The biggest thing here is safety first. We are gonna pivot through those hips and we're gonna shift that weight, and that foot is gonna kind of move with the body. So we wanna make sure that we do have that wrap on here. So you just loop that wrap or that band underneath the foot. You're gonna hold this like a baseball bat. So one hand underneath, one hand over the top. And we're gonna start with our feet hip width apart, and we're gonna really sink into that right hip. That's the one that the band is on to start. And I'm gonna pull it across that body. I want you to pay attention to a couple things. One is how straight my elbows are staying. I wanna make sure that they remain nice and straight through that entire motion. The other is that I get more power if I use that rotation and if I let my hips move. So I want my foot to pivot with me. So my right foot's not gonna stay flat. Instead, you're gonna see that I shift that weight onto the ball of my foot. If you've ever played golf, it's kind of like the finish of a golf swing. Pretty simple in this transition, in that we just take it to the other foot. We wrap it around. If you find that the band kind of bounces around for a little bit for you, you can go ahead and twist it to take some of that little wavering out. Again, sinking into that hip, taking those arms nice and strong and straight, letting that bottom foot pivot and move through the hips, really engage the power of that muscle group. It's a big one, it's got a lot of power. That's really the essence of our banded chop. If you do find that your hands are a little bit uncomfortable with that baseball bat stance, you can take it both hands over top. It does feel a little bit awkward, at least to me that way, but it is an option if the band's hitting your hands or shoulders or wherever funny, and you did a different option. But that's your banded chop, very effective. I probably did maybe 10 of those and I already feel it. We'll look for those in your core focused strength classes very soon.